When Cooper Flagg arrived in Dallas, it wasn't a welcoming party. The team he joined felt more like a house on fire, with players pointing fingers, fans shouting for management changes, and a general atmosphere of chaos and frustration. Normally, a situation like this could ruin a young player's career before it even starts, but with Cooper, there's a unique opportunity to turn this around completely. The Mavericks are in a position where they can flip the script and truly build around him. According to recent reports, the Mavericks are considering trading Anthony Davis to create a team that centers around Cooper Flagg. This could completely redefine not just the team, but the trajectory of Cooper's career. Teams like the Pistons, Hawks, and Raptors are all reportedly interested in acquiring Davis. This is a massive opportunity for Dallas because the team doesn't have many picks outside of this year until 2031. Essentially, the success of any trade involving Davis could make or break the Mavs' timeline for building a championship-caliber team. It's important to note, however, that the return for Davis may not be glamorous. Analysts suggest Dallas will likely get role players, expiring contracts, and some draft picks. Fans comparing this to the Luka Doncic trade might be disappointed, thinking, oh, it's just role players. But it's critical to understand that this isn't about replicating that previous deal. The Luka trade didn't work out as planned, and now Dallas is trying to do the best they can to reset the timeline for Cooper Flagg. Right now, Cooper has a two-way All-NBA caliber teammate who is 33 years old, which is a strange dynamic. Cooper's just 18, and having a co-star at the end of their prime doesn't align perfectly with a young player's growth. But for teams like the Pistons, Hawks, and Raptors, this represents a huge opportunity. They all see Anthony Davis as someone who can immediately elevate their chances of a finals run without needing to tear apart their existing roster. In Detroit, pairing Davis with Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duran could create a lineup that is versatile, athletic, and dangerous on both ends of the court. Atlanta's potential lineup with Davis alongside Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, and Zachary Reese would be defensively dominant and also a matchup nightmare for opponents. The Raptors scenario includes Davis paired with Tony Bradley for a mix of veterans and draft picks. All these trades, while risky, have the potential to reshape the Eastern Conference in a significant way. However, none of these trades truly matter unless Cooper Flagg proves he's a player worth building around. Over the past month, Cooper has shown tremendous growth. In Houston, he played with a confidence and joy that was noticeable on the court. Kevin Durant even commented that Cooper's finally figuring out his game and showed a level of maturity and efficiency that makes him stand out among rookies.
What makes Cooper so remarkable is how the Mavericks are trusting him in late-game situations, something rarely given to rookies. He has played the second most clutch minutes in the league, ranked second in efficiency during those minutes, fourth in scoring, and second in rebounds, all at the age of 18. Those are numbers reminiscent of LeBron James in his early years. Unlike Luka Doncic, Cooper is also an elite defender and incredibly versatile, which allows him to work seamlessly with a variety of teammates and playstyles. The ideal strategy for building around Cooper is relatively simple. Pair him with an elite playmaker and an elite shooter. Historical examples demonstrate this pattern perfectly. Kawhi Leonard thrived with Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. Jason Tatum grew alongside Jaylen Brown and Derek White, and LeBron James reached another level with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. Cooper is more like Kawhi or Tatum than Luka. He doesn't need a rigidly defined role or a perfect set of shooters. He is versatile enough to adapt, making him far easier to build around than someone like Luka, who required very specific pieces to succeed. Considering trade scenarios, the idea of pairing Cooper with Trae Young is tempting for some, but it would likely be a disaster. Trae is 27, and Cooper needs teammates he can grow with over time, not someone at the peak of their career. A backcourt featuring Cooper, Trae, and Kyrie would look exciting on paper, but defensively it would be a nightmare. However, there are other options. Atlanta could receive Davis for a package including Kristaps Porzingis, Asa Newell, and 2 first-round picks, creating cap space for Dallas to sign a strong complementary player. Detroit's package could involve Tobias Harris, Jay Ivey, Karis LeVert, and 2 picks, providing Cooper with a younger teammate with high upside and room to grow alongside him. Jay Ivey is particularly intriguing. Drafted 5th overall in 2022, he brought elite athleticism, scoring ability, and playmaking instincts. Injuries derailed his early career, but he remains a high upside player. If Ivey lands in Dallas, he could complement Cooper's game perfectly, creating a dynamic duo that blends scoring, defense, and versatility. The Raptors' interest in trading for Davis with Tony Bradley for a mix of young players and picks also represents a viable path for Dallas to acquire assets without completely sacrificing their future. The key takeaway is that Dallas doesn't need a superstar in return for Davis. The focus should be on finding good complementary pieces and accumulating draft assets to support Cooper Flagg's growth. Elite co-stars don't always come from high lottery picks. Historical examples show that great teams are often built with strong scouting and smart trades, not just raw draft luck. Kyrie and LeBron won a title together without additional high lottery picks, and Tim Duncan's Spurs built around him over time using excellent player development. Cooper can achieve similar success if the Mavericks approach the next few seasons strategically. Other assets the Mavericks could consider trading include Daniel Gafford, Klay Thompson, and D'Angelo Russell. Of these, D'Angelo is the least valuable at this point, replaced in the rotation by undrafted players. Klay Thompson, however, has been quietly improving. Over his last 14 games, he has averaged 14 points per game, shot 40% from three, and defended at a high level, holding his opponent to 38.5% shooting. He could serve as an impactful complementary piece for Dallas. Daniel Gafford is the other key non-Davis asset. He's 27, but injuries have made him a risky player to rely on fully. Yet teams like the Pacers are reportedly interested in him, even willing to part with a top scorer like Ben Mathurin. Gafford's defensive versatility and age make him a valuable option to include in trades that could help the Mavericks rebuild efficiently around Cooper. The overarching message here is that Dallas has a rare opportunity. Cooper Flagg is already a clutch, elite defender and a capable scorer at just 18 years old. If the Mavericks make the right trades, they can surround him with the perfect co-stars and create a competitive, flexible, and sustainable roster. Failing to act would risk repeating the mistakes seen with previous young talents in Dallas. This is a pivotal moment in Cooper Flagg's career, and the team's front office must approach it with precision, vision, and creativity.
The Anthony Davis trade discussions highlight the importance of creative thinking. Teams are exploring multiple scenarios to acquire Davis without gutting their roster. In Detroit, Atlanta, and Toronto, Davis would immediately elevate their championship chances while preserving their core players. These scenarios also emphasize that Cooper doesn't need a high-profile, established superstar to succeed. What he needs is young, complementary talent, capable veterans, and the flexibility to grow with the team over multiple seasons. Cooper's trajectory so far suggests he has the mindset, skill set, and adaptability to handle this kind of pressure. He's already shown the ability to thrive in clutch moments, defend multiple positions, and integrate seamlessly with teammates of varying styles and experience levels. Building around him requires not only strategic trades, but also patience and commitment from the Mavericks front office to create a team tailored to his unique abilities. This is a pivotal moment for Dallas. If they act wisely, they can transform a struggling, disorganized roster into a future championship contender, with Cooper Flagg as the cornerstone. The potential trades for Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, Klay Thompson, and other players are all pieces of a larger puzzle. Done correctly, they could provide Cooper with the perfect combination of talent, experience, and flexibility to maximize his already impressive skill set. It's also worth noting the historical context. Very few #1 picks succeed with their original team in winning a championship. Kyrie and LeBron are rare examples, and Tim Duncan's Spurs demonstrate how strategic player development and smart trades are key to building around a franchise cornerstone. Cooper has the same potential if the Mavericks commit to making the right moves, focusing on player development and finding complementary talent through trades and scouting rather than relying solely on high draft picks. Finally, the potential for Dallas to flip the script is enormous. Cooper Flagg is already a special talent, and adding players like Davis, Gafford, or Klay, combined with strategic draft picks, could create a team capable of competing at the highest level for years. This isn't just about short-term success. It's about creating a sustainable path where Cooper grows into a generational player, supported by teammates who enhance his strengths and cover for any weaknesses. In conclusion, Cooper Flagg's situation in Dallas is both a challenge and an opportunity. The Mavericks have the assets, the young star, and the potential trades to build a team that can compete for championships. The key is creativity, patience, and commitment. If executed properly, this is a chance for Cooper to become one of the premier players in the league, and for Dallas to finally return to relevance as a serious contender. Every trade, every draft pick, and every strategic decision in the coming months will shape not only Cooper's future, but the trajectory of the franchise. This is a critical moment, and the stakes cannot be higher.